Now, we were talking backstage, and I don't think there is anybody that we could think of, anyway, who we have watched on television longer than my first guest. Would you please say hello to the one and only Bob Barker? Marvelous. Isn't that fun? You know, I've watched Price is Right, and that's what happens when you come out. At the beginning, do you ever get embarrassed by the tumultuous response you get?
No, I'm always concerned that it won't be there, but I'm never embarrassed. No, not as long as it's there, I'm not embarrassed.
We were talking about it, and how long have you been on television?
On television?
On television.
I've been on national television as of the 31st of December this year. I will have been on 32 years.
Ooh.
On but, now, I hasten to add, I was very young when I started.
Now, I'm gonna have to ask you this question because the Bob Barker a year ago looks a lot different than the Bob Barker now. Your hair is white, Bob. I hate to break it to you, but...
Give me a mirror. I didn't know that.
It's a different color. Now, what has been the reaction of fans over... Now, you've had it that way for 4 months or 5 months.
Oh, longer than that, actually, since we started taping this season. I've had it. I can tell you watch the show a lot. Actually, the reaction has been very positive. Oh. Now, you're a young man, but may I recommend that you begin to worry and get your hair gray, because, Ross, I'm telling you, the girls love this gray hair.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Oh. Since my hair became gray, there's just not enough of me to go around.
Oh, is that right? You know, it was big news this past year when Bob Barker stepped down from something that you had been associated with for so many years, the Miss USA pageant.
The Miss USA pageant and the Miss Universe pageant.
Yeah.
They had told me that they would stop giving away fur coats as prizes. And then through a series of circumstances, during the year, they changed their minds, and I had already announced nationally that there would be no fur coats.
Yeah.
So I had to resign or destroy my credibility.
Yeah. Did you miss it? Did you miss not being involved?
Yes. I enjoyed working with the people who do the telecast. I certainly missed the girls.
Yeah.
My goodness, you know. And my hair would have looked so good in that tuxedo. You know?
Well, we're trying to get the National Dog Campaign kicked off. We want to make
I heard your spot.
That's
yes.
right. We want to make the mutt the national dog. And I know this is an interest of yours. You love animals.
I have 3 dogs. They're all mutts.
Oh, are they really?
Yes, yes.
Now, I noticed at the end of your show, you spend the time to make a plea.
I do.
For animals. Now, that is, I think, sticking your neck out as a host of a television
show.
No,
the spay-neuter plug that I do is really not controversial. If you start talking about fur coats or you start talking about vivisection or factory farming, then you get into a controversial area. But there are just too many cats and dogs for us to find homes for all of them.
Yeah.
And the only answer is spay-neuter. That's the answer.
Yeah. Well, it's working, and I guess in starting out in this business, a guy like me wants to know, how do you keep a show on the air as long as you have? Price is Right is 17.
I'm trying to think of something profound. Well, first you give away refrigerators.
Oh, okay, that's what we need. We'll do that then.
Yes, we've just completed our 16th year. As a matter of fact, next week we will tape the first show of our 17th year on CBS. It makes it the longest-running game show consecutively on the same network in television history.
Good grief. I know that there are... and I know there's some funny moments that happen when you're doing that many television shows, and we apparently have a clip of some bloopers.
If there weren't some funny moments, we would never have lasted 16 years.
Do we need to set this up, Bob?
No, I think that you have some clips of some of the contestants that I've had on Price is Right, and they're rather introverted. They're quiet individuals, and...
Okay, we'll take a look.
bid $6,000 and the actual retail price is $8,602, a difference of $2,602. You win, Eileen.
Did she faint away?
She fainted flat out. She fainted, but I didn't lose my cool. I stepped over and I said, "Who is our next contestant?"
That's marvelous.
No, that was the end of the show. She
Oh,
fainted at the time of the showcase. Out.
Boy, I see. Now I love those kind of stories. I love to hear some of the other stories. Tell me something else that happened during the program.
Well, you notice that these contestants do have a certain eagerness about them.
Oh, yeah.
I had one lady who I think personified the eagerness to be on The Price is Right. It was during a commercial, and I always talk with the audience during the commercials. This young lady in our audience began to deliver a baby. She began to have a baby in the audience. And I asked a couple of pages to help her out of the audience, and she said, "I don't want to go. You might call my name."
That's wonderful. Oh yeah, they got to be on the show. Do you ever see yourself retiring from the program?
I was asked that the other day, and I'm going to continue to work as long as it's fun, as long as I'm having fun, and I'm having a wonderful time.
Well,
and
yeah.
so why think about quitting now? If I'm not having fun tomorrow, I may quit tomorrow.
You may quit tomorrow. Well, it's fun to see people. They seem to have an affinity for lifting you off the ground.
That's right. And two of those women who picked me up are Samoans. There's something. I've had 3 Samoan women pick me up just like that. I will never go to Samoa. My feet would not touch the sand.
Well, we should have told you that because we have a Samoan on our staff. It's a mating
She
ritual.
picked me up.
they
She
do.
brought me up here. That's how it went.
No, is that right? What does Bob Barker do for fun? When you're at home, you're not doing the television show. What do you do to relax?
Well,
Lying
I
down.
excel at lying in the sun doing absolutely nothing.
Oh,
but
oh.
I like to travel, I like to read, I work out, I have a gym at home. I'm into karate. My first karate teacher was Chuck Norris.
Oh, really?
And yes, Chuck and I, that was before he was a film star, of course. I worked with him for about 8 years, and he quit when I got so I could whip him.
You went on. Well, Bob, it's been a delight having you here.
Oh, it's been my pleasure.
What a pleasure to meet you.
And I must say that you are a charming host. I've been watching you, and I wish you well. I think you have a great future.
See, now that makes me want to pick you up. Thank you very much. Folks, we're going to be back in just a minute with the Pet Shop Boys. Stay with us.